Hello and welcome to the Chemistry Academy. In this video we're going to go over percent by mass calculations in relation to the National 5 Chemistry course. You might have done this calculation within the metals topic where you've been trying to calculate the percentage of a metal in one of its ores, or you might have looked at it within the fertilizers subtopic where you've looked at the percentage of one of the essential elements of plant growth within a given fertilizer. It is a pretty straightforward calculation. You can find the equation that you need to use for this at the front of the data booklet on the contents page, and the equation is percent by mass equals m over GFM times 100. One thing I want to point out to you though is that m is the total mass of the element you're trying to find the percentage mass of within the substance. So that means if you have more than one mole or more than one atom of that element within your formula, you do need to times the relative atomic mass by however many of those atoms you have in the formula. So we will look at that in this example here, but this is where most people tend to go wrong with percent by mass calculations. They forget it's the total mass of that element within the substance, not just the relative atomic mass of the element you're interested in. And then the GFM is just the mass of one mole of the substance, so just how we would normally calculate gram formula mass for doing all of our other calculations like calculations from balanced equations and things like that. So we're just going to do a couple of examples and hopefully then that'll give you a clear indication as to how to use the equation. So the first example is calculating the percentage mass of copper within copper carbonate. So this is a metals type example. So if you see a question asking you to calculate percent by mass, you need the percent by mass equation. And like I said, that's at the front of the data booklet and it's just m over GFM times 100. Now our element of interest is copper. So we need to work out the total mass of copper within this substance. There is only one mole of copper. There's no number after the copper or anything, which means that we just need the relative atomic mass of copper. So I've written the chemical formula here for the copper carbonate and I've taken the relative atomic masses from the data booklet. So copper has a relative atomic mass of 63.5. There's only one mole of copper in the substance, so that will be our total mass of copper. So that goes on the top of our equation. There's 63.5. Then we need the gram formula mass, so that's the mass of the whole thing. So we've got one carbon, which would be 12, and then 3 oxygens, which would be 3 times 16. So if we add all that up, get 123.5. So that's our GFM. And then times that by 100. So then if we pop this into our calculator, 63.5 divided by 3.5 times by 100. We get a percent mass of 51.42%. You could round that to 51.4%, or you could round it to 51% if you wanted to. It doesn't matter how many decimal places you round to as long as your rounding is correct. If you were to have rounded to 51.41 in this case, that would be incorrect because there is a 7 that occurs after the 1 when you put it in your calculator. So just make sure you do round correctly, because like I said, if you would have written 51.41% here, you wouldn't get the mark. Okay? So then our next example, we're looking to work out the percent mass of nitrogen in ammonium nitrate. So again, we're asked to calculate the percent by mass. So we need the percent by mass equation, m over GFM times 100. You don't need to memorize it because it is at the front of the data booklet. Nitrogen is the element we're interested in. So if we look at the chemical formula, we've got NH4NO3. So we actually have 2 moles of nitrogen. So if we look up the relative atomic mass of nitrogen in the data booklet, it's 14, so that'd be 28. So that is our total mass of nitrogen. So 28 is going on the top. And then we need to add up all the other elements for the gram formula mass. So that's 4 times 1 for the hydrogens and 3 times 16 for the oxygens. Okay, so if we add that up, 28 plus 4 plus 48, we get 80 grams. So that's the GFM times 100. So if we put that into our calculators, 28 divided by 80 times by 100, we get 35% exactly. That'd be your final answer. So, like I said, it is a pretty straightforward calculation. The main place people go wrong is when you've got more than 1 mole of the element you're interested in within the compound. So just remember, it is the total mass of that element that you want to put in as M. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please give this a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.